What's up, guys? I thought I'd take a quick sec to share another piece of my collection. And this one is kind of no stranger to the collecting crowd. It's Todd Begg, Bodega. And everybody knows Skeleton and how he feels about his. And Terra Fanatic, how he feels about his. And then pretty much everybody who has one just freaking goes heads over heels for it. So finally I'm like, you know what, I gotta get one. So the hunt started and it took a while, but I finally got the one that I was looking for, the particular build. And it's a lightning strike with the dark kind of acid wash, stone wash, tie scales with the cracked ice finishes and satin blade, and found it. Really cool cat out of the East Coast. He's become a friend of mine. Scored a couple other knives from him. This was available, and you know, I had to have it. So pulled the trigger on it, and I am stoked that I did. So this is the Bodega. It is, like I said, lightning strike. It's with the copper wire, the bronze wire. But guys, Todd Begg does it so smooth. You cannot feel any of the wire, which is a big deal with lightning strike. If you ever get like a inferior type of piece, you'll feel the wire poking out, and it kind of is irritating. But when it's done right and smooth and then polished, it's killer. Todd's famous cracked ice finish, and if you look on the other side, you see that in the pocket clip, which is super comfortable, and now has become famous because he uses the ceramic detent ball in there with the standoffs, and then the cracked ice backspacer, which goes way up. I don't know, when I was watching the videos on Skeleton, I didn't realize it went up that far. I don't know. I never paid close enough attention. But when you have it in your hand, you realize how well done this is and how significantly large this piece is. It's big. It's like a 9-inch blade, 9-inch overall length. And what everybody raves about is that flipping action. And it is absolutely worth all the accolades that you hear about it. The blade is gorgeous hollow ground. It's got the fuller, the blood groove, whatever you call it. And it's actually kind of blackened out. It looks killer. The swedge is killer. See if I can get this in focus for you a little better. There you go. There's Todd's maker's mark. It's so well done. I can't really, I hope it comes across in the video, and I don't think it does, because I've watched other, popular YouTubers, and you see it, it's clear, it's HD, but I don't know, in real life, it's just so well done. The satin flats are perfect. It's so well done. The pivot is kind of domed, so it catches the light and it kind of radiates light, kind of like a watch, like a sunburst dial of like a really well done Swiss watch, like a Rolex or whatever. It kind of splits the light, and you can kind of see it doing it right there. The finish is outstanding. The carbon fiber is inlaid into the titanium, but it's done so well. I hope it comes across. It's absolutely perfect. Everybody who says this knife is absolutely perfect isn't lying. It is absolutely perfect. See on the lock bar cut out. It's even, ready for your thumb. It's perfect. I mean, this thing is just, it's money. And the action is perfect. I actually tightened the pivot a little bit, because it was just like falling, guillotining down on my hand, and I kind of like it a little bit tighter than that. Dead center, like you expect, like everybody says, but fires like a champ. I mean, when it shoots out, it actually recoils a little bit. It kind of yanks your hand up a little bit, and super addictive. And those of you who have handled enough flippers know that sound, the oral satisfaction you get from a flipper is kind of critical. I think that's one of the reasons the Q36, you know, the RJ is so popular, is the sound. But this thing does it. It's kind of the sound of the metal hitting the stop pin and reverberating inside the two in this little pocket that's milled out for the pivot. It's just killer. So, I mean, reviews of this knife are all over the place. And I just wanted to share mine and also give you my opinion that it's a badass knife. It's big. If you're going to carry it, you got to be okay with carrying a big knife. It's very impressive. It's on IKBS. It has like a kind of a space futuristic design. This whole lock bar area being removable, it's great. I mean, I don't see myself removing it. You can always send it to Petaluma, to Todd Begg, and he'll, you know, for a little bit of cheese, he'll fix it up and make it brand new. I carry it. It's the reason the past caretaker of this particular piece got rid of it. He didn't carry it, so I do. There are no snail trails. That's a little bit of like hand sweat. Sorry about that. It's kind of gross. But once you start flipping it, you can't stop. It's just badass. If you ever have the opportunity to pick up a Bodega from the first generation, do it. You won't regret it. It's killer. The Bugatti, the bigger one, I flipped that. It's monstrous. I mean, this is big enough for me. I don't think I would carry a bigger blade around. To me, it looks elegant and beautiful, but I've noticed in real life, when you pull this out in public, it kind of freaks people out because it's almost like holding like a small machete, and it looks like you're out of a video game. It's like a Halo knife, and it's just not kosher everywhere you go. So I usually just bring it around other knife junkies or enjoy it, you know, when I'm sitting around looking at my collection. So give you a good look at the grind, the finishing, outstanding work. Todd Begg is truly a master knife maker. Every detail has been addressed. You can see the finish even on the inside of the back spacer. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, this knife rides the edge of like kind of showpiece and practical. You know, it's hard to ask a collector what they think. Like, if you ask me, I think this looks great. It's normal, carry it around. But again, in real world, it's crazy. And most people who see it, whether or not they are knife people, they dig it. They're immediate. First of all, they're kind of taken back, but once you allow them to handle it, and you know how a lot of knives, you kind of get them and you realize there's a way to flip them. A novice, this is the best knife to give to somebody who's never flipped a flipper before, because it's just like, put your finger right here and try to put your finger and your thumb together. That's how I tell them. Boom. That's what happens every time. Fires like a champ. Milled right here. Landing zone. I dig makers that do that for your finger so it doesn't tear it up. And, you know, the super smooth action. Even the flipper carries a satin finish. All around killer piece, you guys. I just wanted to share my particular Bodega and my thoughts on it. If you have any questions or you're digging these videos, let me know. So far, I've been getting a good response, and I appreciate some pretty, pretty popular YouTubers have kind of left comments saying they dig them, and it's absolutely my pleasure. I'm just stoked to share my love of this collection, or this type of collecting, with other like-minded collectors. This is Todd Begg's Bodega. Killer. Take it easy.